Hello guys, today I will teach you about redstone, what the blocks do and stuff. So over here that's redstone. So first, there are two buttons. You can click both really normally. You see? By the way, you can see like those two arrows. That means like where the redstone is coming from. So here you can see it can only give an input and not an output. So this is what requires redstone. This is a bit wrong though, because you can just connect them. So it's basically an in and output. You can also see this really good here, that it has a lot of in and outputs. And this only has an output too. That's really nice, by the way. So, but what are the differences of those buttons? It's really easy. Look, you can activate this one with almost every gear. This not. And if you say it's about aiming, no, it's not. You can see it's not activating. So this works with a hand only, and this works with almost everything. Not work, but if you shoot, it obviously works. So next up we have a battery. A battery is just like in forever output. Yeah, that's really cool and also really useful. So then we have trapped wood. There are a lot of sizes, but we do not really care about every size. Same with this either. Look, you just click this and it sends an output. So also really cool. And then we have this. By the way, if you don't see where it is, just like move it. It's like scans you and then you have your output. So next up we have all the yellow blocks. I have to say I do not own one block. There's one block I'm missing. But it's not really easy to explain this, so I will just show you those. And I recognized I made the wrong color. Because, no, I didn't. So let's start with this. You see, it has two input and one output. So we will just build like this, and we see if you put your input over here, it does not work. If you put your input over here, it does not work. Why? Because you need both of them activated to get your output. That's all for this. Let's continue with this. As you can see, it has like two arrows combined, because that's if you put here, you get a signal. If you put it here, you get a signal. If both of them are activated, you don't get a signal. That means you can like block the signal. And that's really cool, I have to say. So, do that real quick. So, as you can see, it does activate from here, and it does activate from here. So this is basically the same like this, but without deactivating. And this one is a really cool one either, because two buttons. Look, if you see, press here, nothing works. So this isn't our normal input. Then we go here into our input, and it stays on forever. So we get our output, and it stays on forever. So it's basically a switch. And this one you can also deactivate by hitting it twice, but you can also deactivate it while hitting the red button, or like the red input. So for the next step we have this. This is also basically a switch, but look. So it looks the same, except for the symbol, of course. But look, if you press again, it does not deactivate. So it stays on forever. So it stays on forever, except if you give it an input in the red signal. So I bet you can already see what this is. It's a randomizer. So we can build it like this real quick. Let's say this is burger and this is fries. Don't ask me, I'm always thinking about eating. So, let's see what will be, because it has a 50-50 chance. Okay, it's burgers. But, of course, you can combine them. So, now, it would be, if we do it like this, it's just like getting a lower chance by every step. This is a 12.5% chance now. So, and you probably wonder, what is this? Because, you can already see, it stays on forever. Oh, wrong side. So it basically stays on forever because it's an inverter. So if you put an input inside of here, you end the output. So next up we have those blocks. I like to call them timer blocks because see, we have like, how can I show? We do not even need a normal redstone piece for this. So I will just show it like this real quick. Because this is without a timer, it just instantly activates. With a timer, it takes a bit longer. We can even put them together, then it takes longer. This is like 0.1 second, I guess. This is 1 second. So, and then we have this, let me just replace it, but we have a lot of time because this one takes 10 seconds. But it's also a lot bigger, of course. So we wait 10 seconds, and then it activates. So you probably wonder what this is. This holds your redstone signal. So see, this does stay on after the redstone goes away. I can like show you a bit easier. They will both activate at the same time. This is with the normal redstone signal, and this with the expander. Yeah, you see, this does stay on for 1 more second, and this is just the same thing, but with 10 seconds. So next up we have the block that I'm using the whole time because it's easy to explain. Those are just different sizes of the redstone block, so of the light block I mean. So we do not need it, but there are also a lot of other versions. Like this one, that's a PC basically. So really cool. This is a lamp. Which one? That's the only light block that's making real light. Because if you use like those, it would not make your room brighter. You have to use those to make your room brighter. You probably wonder, why is this activated the whole time? Because you have to connect this to a switch. You just have to connect it to redstone, and then it stays on till it gets a redstone signal. Yeah, which is really nice, and I like that. So next up we have the doors, and there are a lot of doors, I have to say. Okay, this one. So you see a redstone signal. Of course, that's like self-explaining. You activate it, and redstone, like, yeah, then the door just opens. Okay, I don't know why I try to make it complicated, but it's really easy. So this door is just a different way to open. This door is a bit different because it does open in a real weird way. It's just like a sideways door. Next up we go to this, because this is like the most normal we have left. It's just a vent gate. Then we continue with this, with what I really like is it's just a gate that can wall in. Normally you put it like this, but yeah, I will just do that real quick. And it goes up. So really nice. Then we even have this door, which is I blocked the button. It's just a sliding door, which is also really nice. And then we have this door, which can activate normally with redstone. But let's say we don't have redstone. It's upside down. And then you see this sign. What could it mean? That's where we need this beautiful pieces, and this is also where we can already go to the next theme I have for you, because those are keys. This is a keyhole, and this is a key dispenser. So if you give a redstone input into the key dispenser, then you have a key. But as you can see, it does not fit. Why? It needs to be the same color. And you can see now it does open. And this keyhole is also really cool because you can just connect it to whatever you like. Let's say where is it? Yeah, I have this slide from before. I give the redstone signal from the key into here. So basically we turn the key into a redstone signal. Let's continue with item dispensers and item acceptors. One thing I have to say, you see, you can put everything inside of there, except for reskins. Look, you put a reskin in, and it instantly turns into a normal version of it. Something you also can't put in are creative only blocks. I can't put in a dispenser or what you can put in, are like your own pets. You can't put your own pets in. You can also don't put in the BAM trophy, I guess. At least that would make sense that you cannot put it in. But the laser and stuff you can put in. Except for a name tag. That's the only thing I do not really understand. A stop sign you can put in too. A ball, everything. A brush too. But not a name tag. But I think if you put a name on it, yeah, then you can you can't put it in either. But you can put let's not talk about that. You can't put pets in, but you can put in yeeps plushies, you can put in BAM trophies, you can put a lot of stuff inside of there. Like a rocket, then it does only accept rocket. So, but yeah, that's it. If you put in rocket here, you get a redstone signal. And if you put a rocket inside of here, you get your rocket. So, next up, we have those nice things. See? It just likes it transforms the redstone signal. You can just build wireless redstone stuff. So just instead that you build it like this, you just put this. Of course, right now a redstone block would be smarter, but like you can put it literally everywhere. So see, it does still work. If we change the color now, of course, it does not work anymore because this is the brown center and this is the brown. How can I say it? Like, that's the brown signal, and this is the brown. It wants the brown signal. I forgot the word. So, you see, now it works. As long as they both have the same color, it does work. And that's all I can say already. Of course, you can even connect two. So see. Let's say I want that this light does activate when I hit dark brown and when I hit this weird yellow. So now it does not matter which one I activate because the lamp would activate anyways. Of course you can put as lot as you want of them, as many as you want. Sorry. Oh bro, I just woke up. So let's continue. Oh, you could connect a lot of cannons, like over here. And you can see, why are they not shooting at the exact same time? Even redstone does have a short, like timer before it does work. So you could build something like this. So basically just connect stuff to this. You could even do a really high confetti cannon shooter. That was sad. Or maybe you build like a cool sign. By the way, if That's how it works. Or maybe you are even building a whole restocking system for a game called Yeep Go Fishing that's coming out really soon. Yeah, maybe I'm talking about my own game. So, I hope you learned something and you liked my tutorial. So, you can comment down below what I should explain next. So, if you want to know something, yeah, but now I would say yeep out guys and goodbye. Bro, I missed the camera.